Hey there, and welcome to Careers Unchecked, the podcast where we stop checking boxes and start making moves. This is for barrier breakers, career builders, and anyone who's ready to build a career that actually feels like theirs. I'm Brandy Oldham, career coach, interior designer, and year-round iced coffee drinker. Around here, we keep it real. From navigating career pivots to figuring out how to stay balanced when your to-do list feels like it's just never ending. Whether you're chasing that next promotion, thinking about switching things up, or just trying to figure out what's next, you're in the right place. My goal? To help you trust yourself, take action that feels good, and build a career that's sustainable, not stressful. So grab your drink of choice, settle in, and let's get to it. Over the last few years, I've noticed a huge shift. More and more women are being diagnosed with ADHD later in life. We're talking about in their 30s, 40s, even 50s. And when that diagnosis comes, the feelings are complicated. There's relief because suddenly it makes sense why things like just get organized or focus harder never worked the way they were supposed to. And there's grief because it also means years of working twice as hard to keep up, years of self-criticism, years of forcing yourself into systems that were, quite honestly, never built for your brain. And if that's you, I want you to hear this. You are not lazy, you are not scatterbrained, and you're definitely not failing. You've just been running a completely different operating system this entire time and never knew it. And today, more than anything, I want to flip the script because ADHD isn't a flaw, it's an advantage. Once you learn how to work with your brain instead of fighting it, it can really change a lot of things. So let's be real here. Traditional workplaces are not built for the ADHD brain. The endless meetings, the rigid 9-to-5 schedule, the expectation that you'll be on all the time in the exact same way as everyone else. That's just not how the brain works. Your brain is designed for creativity, innovation, quick pivots, and problem solving under pressure. You can see patterns other people miss. You can hyper-focus in ways that make you unstoppable if you're put on the right project. But when you're forced into systems designed for neurotypical brains, it can feel like you're running with ankle weights on. So of course you're exhausted. But I want you to hear me when I say it's not you, it's the system. So let's talk about some data. Research shows ADHD is linked to over 22 lost workdays per year compared to people without ADHD. That's basically an entire month of productivity. But here's what those stats just don't capture. They don't tell you about the creativity, the quick problem solving, the resilience that ADHD brains bring to the table. Because here's the thing, you are not less than. You're just wired differently. And the moment you stop fighting that wiring, you can actually leverage it. So let's talk about what actually does work for the ADHD brain. Here are 3 shifts I coach my clients to make. Shift 1, I want you to map your attention patterns. ADHD focus works in cycles, bursts of energy followed by dips. Instead of expecting yourself to grind at the same pace all day, every day, track your energy every 2 hours for a week. When do you feel sharp? When do you feel scattered? Most ADHD brains have 2 to 3 peak focus windows a day. These windows are gold. Protect them. Schedule your most important work there. Shift 2, I want you to build external structure. Here's the deal. ADHD brains don't naturally create internal structure. I wish we did. So you need external systems. Those look like deadlines, accountability buddies, body doubling. This is where timers, calendars, virtual co-working can be game-changing. Personally, I love Flown. It's one of my favorite tools for virtual body doubling. It's like having coworkers with you online who keep you honest. And if you're interested, I can drop a code in the show notes if you want to try it. It's exactly that, just a Zoom co-working space. The thing you need to understand is your brain performs better with external motivation. So don't wait for it to magically appear. Build that into your system. And then shift 3, I want you to organize for the way your brain works, not the way that everyone else's does. ADHD brains are associative. You think in webs, not neat linear lists. So Stop fighting this idea of doing everything in a linear pattern. I want you to color code by energy level instead of deadline. Keep projects visible instead of filing them away. If you can't see it, it doesn't exist. And use voice notes instead of written to-do lists. And if your brain works more like a mind map, a tool like Obsidian can be incredibly helpful for note-taking and connecting ideas. I hear this again and again from so many of my clients. A lot of them have ADHD. They're in open office spaces. That means constant interruptions, and every little noise is a pull from their focus. Or they're drowning in back-to-back meetings with no time left for deep work. And the shift comes when they stop trying to force themselves to be successful in these environments. You have to design systems that work with your brain. Okay, so for me, that looks like co-working through Flown, which I talked about earlier. When I log into a Flown session, I instantly feel more accountable. I have to put in the chat what I'm going to be working on. And it's like, okay, other people are here. We're all working. They know I have expectations. I have to report back at the end of the session what I do, so my brain gets into gear. It's not about trying harder. It's really about creating an environment that gives your brain the support it needs to do what it already does best. And when you make those shifts, productivity goes up. Your brain can do things faster than most. But more importantly, you're going to start feeling good at your job. Like you can finally show up as yourself without apologizing for not working the right way. So here's your plan for this week if you happen to be one of the people out there that are struggling with this diagnosis. Number 1, like I said earlier, map your attention patterns. Track energy and focus for every 2-hour block for a week. Find your peak windows and then work around them. 2, identify one system that doesn't work for you and change it. Just one. Maybe it's your to-do list. Maybe it's how you schedule meetings. Maybe it's how you organize your files. Pick one and adapt it to your brain. This week for me, I realized I am not getting back to text messages. So now I'm using voice memos instead. And 3, within the next month, I want you to talk with your manager about what would help you perform better. You've done a lot of reflection. You've done a lot of analysis. Now I want you to bring it to the table so that you can get the support you need. Frame it around performance. Maybe it's flexible hours 1 day a week. Maybe it's a quieter space. Maybe it's fewer meetings. You don't have to prove you can power through systems that weren't built for you. You just need to ask for the things that will actually work for you. So before we wrap up here are 3 questions you should probably reflect on. Number 1, am I tired because I'm overworking or because I'm working against my brain? Number 2, during the day, when do you feel most focused and creative? And how are you protecting that time, or are you protecting that time? And number 3, what's one system you've been forcing yourself into that you've known for a while doesn't work for you? Because here's the truth. You've likely spent years trying to fit into systems that just weren't built for you. And that doesn't make you less capable despite what people say. It makes the system incomplete. And the advantage that you have when your brain works differently is that once you stop fighting yourself, you're going to build a career and a life that actually works with your brain. And then you are going to blow people out of the water because you're not just surviving the workday. You are now in a position to thrive. Thanks for joining me today on Careers Unchecked. If you've got a career question or just need someone to bounce an idea off of, reach out. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take a breath, take a step, and keep moving forward. You've got this.
Calling all storytellers, performers, and creatives. The Soundstage is your home for high-quality recording in the heart of Clark County. Whether you're working on a podcast, audiobook, voiceover project, audio series, or audition, we offer a professional, welcoming studio space for actors, artists, and creators. Come record with confidence and mention Careers Unchecked to get $5 off your next session. Learn more about The Soundstage, the Northwest's premier voiceover and recording studio, at thesoundstagenw.com.